that one is a little tricky. Let's just get in here real quick so I can cross that off. There's something in Kain's rooms. Whee! Need to get through the doors anyway, so let's get there. Righty. What does she say?
Like a corpse in a shallow grave, corruption rises to the surface. Beyond these pillars, the defiled victim mutely screams its outrage.
Maybe that's the way forward, maybe not. It's kind of weird that we got two different pointers forward. That could be a way up. It's west, could be anything. Of course, we have two doors. That's a little bit tricky now. I'm hoping for a teleport point. Yeah, that's definitely a different area. So this is a way back or around or whatnot. Interesting. We could try to open that one up. Wow. Do I know them? Have wounds in themselves. I'm not gonna fight them. No reason to. Let's see. There's nothing. That way. Maybe you can get through there. Awful lot of desert. Okay, this is really weird.
The ancient tomb of the Sarafan, once impenetrably sealed, now ravaged by Nosgoth's upheavals, its mysteries lay exposed. In the time of Vorador, centuries before Kain was made, the Sarafan warrior priests waged a merciless war against the vampire tribes of Nosgoth. Emboldened by righteousness, they committed unspeakable and indiscriminate acts of violence, massacring fledglings and ancients alike. They decimated entire bloodlines in mere decades. Now their husks lay here, murderers enshrined.
Yeah, Tomb of the Sarafan. An age-old crime. Interesting. So this is where everyone points you to. Ariel and this one. Like the... Oh, there we go. What do we have here? Interesting symbol. We got ourselves another teleporter. That's good. But there were two gates, weren't there? One going to the right and one going to the left. So I have to get back there a little bit. Let's see. Sarafan gate. Because the Sarafans are human, this might be where you can get additional glyphs from. Okay. Just let me get through here. Also, you could try to get through that metal crate there. May get you someplace. Look at that. It's metal-y? Maybe you can jump down there. And that way. One is closed off, isn't it? Yeah. No way for you to get back in. So what's behind the other door though? Really? Just a different way around? You gotta be kidding me. Wait a minute. You could try to fly across. It's not going to work. So one way is a way forward and one way is the way backwards then. I mean, if I go that way, right? I can just use the teleporter, go to Melchiah, and get myself this climb upgrade. Need to do some backtracking. There we go. By the way, so this is the first one. Second one. It's us. It's Melchiah. This is something in between that we don't have yet. That's Sarafan. It's that thing. Something in between. Age-old... Wait a minute. The Sarafan thing is something that we don't know yet. An awful lot of gates. Don't remember having that many. Okay, wait. Melchiah underwater climb. There we go. Oh, that was not what I wanted. Melchiah. There. That could be the one. Yeah, which way? That's probably not the one. Oh no, it is. That's good. So, okay. Let's get up here. So the underwater way was over there. The climb I can get rid of now. But what about that underwater way? There we go. Another climb. There was a way to the right and the way to the left. I don't know about the one on the right though. Okay. That's definitely a weird area. Alright, as we all know, we don't need to fight them. We can just... Okay, this is the way up. Okay, they're going through the ground. Okay. I'm just looking for possible breakpoints, portals. So I have it a little easier with the whole backtracking business. Where am I? Castles. Hidden. Could be human. Could be. What if it's not? That's the way forward. Ah. Okay. So... that way? No, where to next? It's not really helping. Ah, there. The camera is not really your friend in this one. I could try to turn something around also, but look at that. Okay, that could work. No. This one needs to be a little higher also. Don't seem to have any way to... Look. Oh, yeah, sure. Oh, no, wait. If you can climb up here and everything is fine... Wait. And that means... I have to move a little bit. No. Ugh. Come on. That's cheesy. Oh, that's so not cool. This slipping off of edges, I don't know why. It's really, really, really not good. Okay. So, we managed to get here, that's great. Now we are over here again. Everything is good. That's the way around. This way, this way, this way. Okay, just a weapon. But, what's the way forward again? Oh, that way. Yeah. Be careful with the sneaky bit. This way. Like that. And we got ourselves staircases. Looks like we are safe now. Just not too fast. That one goes around, 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 around. Awful lot of zombies. What thing do you get down here? More of these. Let's just ignore them. There's a weapon there. There's an awful lot of light. Okay. Oh. That's the one that you can see at the... Why is that one so special? Nope. So if you want to defeat it, just throw it into the line, everything will be fine. But we still haven't figured anything out yet. There. I have to reach that place. So let's get higher. That one down there looks suspicious too. Let's hope that this is the actual way forward. You can climb up. So you can climb all the way up there. You will be fine. Except for that little thingy there. That's in the way. That has to be moved. So where do we end up at? Again, all thingies, energy given to the people. What is this? A smithy this time. Okay, do we need to charge it up? There is a stone. Probably has to be pushed through here. Same with this one. And this one. And this one. Okay, an awful lot of stones. Now what do we do with those stones? I don't see any... This one could be pushable. What about that one? Nah, oh. No, wait a minute. There are holes up here, and you have to place... you have to place one of them in here, and another one down there. I think it has nothing to do with it. No. You have to figure out which one goes where. So this is the swirly bit. That one goes all the way to the end. What about that one? Where is the glyph on that? Probably on the ground. Or not. Yeah, this is just a stone. Okay, we got it done there. That one is weird. That one has absolutely no signage anywhere. Neither on the top or the bottom. So it's an empty stone. Okay. Could mean or do anything. And that one has to be moved upwards a little. Let's hope that this is the right way. Not really. I think I have to move it to the right once. Something like that. Yeah, now it's connected to the rest. So, what about that? That one we're gonna keep like so. Okay, if I'm correct... Bollocks. I was looking for that sign here. And that one over there. Okay, so both of them end the image on the left and on the right. Which means that this stone... that I thought goes over here, actually goes on the other side. It might be symmetrical. So, now we have to flip it a few times. There we go. Yeah. That's the thing that I was looking for. Small touch. Nope, that was already it. To the right and forward. So we got that. Yeah, what are we looking at? What do we need? Something. Swirl points to the right. It could be a symmetrical thing again. One dude holding its hand, not this one. Yeah, it's a little tricky now. What about that? Okay, looks correct. What about this one? A creature with a head. Not this one. This one looks more like it. No. Wanted to lift it up. And that way. Oh, wait. And push 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the hole. Perfect. So that is the right one. That's just one. Oh. Maybe the last one is just there for you to push the stone down. But that still doesn't really explain anything. This way. So what kind of glyph do we get for this? Could be fire, could be lightning. Something inspiring. Not this one, not this one, not this one, not this one. Once more. And let's push it down. Perfect. So, I don't see any empty stuff. Not yet, at least. There's nothing empty over here. Okay, continues down here. Good to know, good to know, good to know. It continues down here. What goes down there? That way could be up. They had to make it unnecessarily difficult with this. Okay. Wait, I didn't hear any clicking sound. Ah, that's the wrong one. Which means it goes to the other side. No. So, now I just need to flip it up twice. And one. And a two. Perfect. Okay, so that worked. Now I just need the last one. Yeah. Once it clicks, everything's fine. Now how do you get this one down there? There has to be an opening. Where the thing just drops. Here. Somewhere here at the not end. Okay. There's no opening over here. That makes it a little tricky now. Either we have to flip it. I don't know if this is working or not. Okay. This one goes here, goes here, goes here, goes here. It's over there. There's no stone waiting on the outside there, is there? Nope. You can't take the stones with you. It's just that it feels as if the stone doesn't fit anywhere. It's just an empty stone. Look at that. There's nothing on these four sides. There's nothing up there. There also is no other stone waiting for us up here. So either down there is a symbol, which is not. So that means that this one here is a joker. Could be placed anywhere. Now the real question is, how do you get this one down? Because you can't flip it, and you can't really push it, and there's no opening that lets you allow. Yeah. That allows. Oh no. What if I were to flip environments? What would then? What would be then? But you can't move it if you're not in the real plane. That's not working. Okay, so how do you do this? This one can't be moved. This one is right here. Okay, this little riddle is a little tricky now. Not even a little, but extremely heavily difficult. The only other way for you to actually move this down would be to take another stone. Doesn't work. What if there's something hidden behind the statue? Or a mechanism that lowers parts of that little stone wall here. Look at that. It feels a little off. You have to place one more of them tiles in here. Right there. I got one more of them. Down here there's one missing and I can't see another one. Can't shove anything around. So this might be the only thing. So how do I... Maybe I have to destroy some pillars in? No. That is a tricky one. Maybe I have to use some more glyphs? No. So this thing right here is a fitting one. Let's take it off of it. Go to the left. Okay, now we put it up on it. I'm just gonna shove it down in the hopes that it works. Nope. You can't push it down. There's a certain safety in place. That's not going to work. So somehow I can't finish that riddle. That's weird. Yeah. That one is correct. Oh. How do I get that down again? You can only do it that way. And only if there's a room. Why won't it work? Maybe you have to imbue this? Something's weird about that. Why? Maybe instead of putting something in, you have to pull something out of it? No. That's the one that we've placed. No other stone there. And you yourself can't just stand there and act as some kind of like in-betweeny thingy. Can't shift material realms. That one looks wrong. No, it's right. It's right, but it also feels wrong. Something's weird about that. The one on the end kind of makes sense. Which one was it? Yeah, that thing is correct. It has two eyes and it bends in a very strange way. That's supposed to be the end. And it clicks, so that means that's correct as well. So this one is correct, that one is correct. Those two are also correct. I tested them a few seconds ago. So how? Why can't I do that one? So, jumping up here from that location. Doesn't work, doesn't work, doesn't work. So, it's not supposed to be thrown down like that. Maybe you have to place it somewhere back here. But where? In the middle? On the other side? Maybe it's some kind of two-stage puzzle. But first you have to place them on top of the pillars. Or there's a mechanism behind that, like a lever or so, that you can pull and then stuff happens. Yeah, maybe there's a lever there somewhere where we can't see it behind objects usually. No. What about that fireplace here? Nothing. It's a way forward, but I can't figure it out. Oh. Yeah, look at that. We got ourselves another star. That looks like the one that we need. Look at that. Okay. If you don't get the way forward, go backwards. Look at that. Everything in here tells you you cannot steal any stones. But you can push them through that little opening. But giving you one empty stone is kind of weird. Why? Why make that much of an effort? Finally. Strange symbol again. Like one of the... Not really looking like a Sarafan symbol, more like a vampire symbol. And... oh. Now we can carry 4 of these things with us, that's good. And we have that thing. Uses up 2. I don't know what it does, but it definitely does something. Good. Got ourselves special abilities. Need to get to that place somewhere. Let's get across. Ooh, okay. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Now what happens when you want to try to get up there? Because that seemed like a way forward. Not high enough? Okay. And then we are blocked by this annoying stone that's not supposed to be here. Can't get into that menu. I wanted to move this stone to the other side. But I can't. How do you do this? Maybe I have to do that. Maybe it broke the stones. Nope, they're still there. So do I do I jump across there again? What if you switch dimensions? Can't do much anymore. It's just a different way around. Not really helping. There's a... How do you get across it? That's the real question. Got the whole climbing thing, but I didn't get that one. Whatever. I just move on to the other side. I think it was somewhere over there. That's a tricky one. Oh no, just this thing. But interestingly enough, all of the glyphs exist in the water accessible areas only. Not something else. Not somewhere else. Interesting. Okay, now I just have to... This was maybe some health bar stuff. Wait. So how and where do I get back down? Good. Yeah, on the waterway, yes. And then there's the strange other thingy with the climb. Yeah, the strange other climb symbol. And then there was something Sarafan at the gate. Which one is the Sarafan symbol again? That one should be accessible. Somewhere at the beginning. Maybe if I cross the river a little bit. Uh-huh. Why did I write down Sarafan Gate? Oh, because that gate, that's the way forward. Uh-huh. Okay, good. Righty. So, for now, we're going to end this episode. Already a long one. I'm gonna cut it probably into different pieces. So, like and subscribe, of course, as usual. Ta-ta.